do? What it do?
Yeah.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Good, man. What's up, man? Finally on this bitch, you
Finally made it, huh?
Finally made it.
So you know, I usually start like this, man. What's your name and where you from, man?
Man, YGKC from Kansas City, Missouri, man.
When you say Kansas City, Missouri, what part?
I'm from the 50s, man. What you mean, like, shit? From the 50s? Shit,
Trying to run up a mill. Been getting to the money since the big wheel. My mama told me get it with no training wheels. And stand on 10 toes and never take a deal. I'm running out of breath trying to run up a mill. I've been on my grind since.
What was it like growing up in the 50s?
I mean, it was cool. I mean, it's all family, so. And it was tough. You know, it was every day it was something going on. I ain't gonna lie to you. Every day was something. And then it was a lot, bro. It was just
life.
You know what I mean? Life.
Yeah.
Anything you can expect out of the hood, that was what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at some point in time you got into the music, right?
Mm-hmm.
Being from the 50s, right?
Yeah.
But this is one of the biggest questions that I gotta answer. I'm glad we're starting off with this too.
Yeah.
Because most of the rappers from the 50s were funk artists.
Yeah.
What kept you out of that pocket? How did you stay away from that? Like, you strayed away from that. What was the method? It
was just like, I always want to be different. You know what I'm saying? I always wanted different. I tried it. I ain't going to be punk. I tried to bounce off words like double, you know what I mean? Be animated like Tone, and it wasn't me. And then my people, they was the type that's like, they going to tell you. You know what I'm saying? Like, my cousins like the big homies in the hood. You know what I mean? I made a status. I was like, ask your big homie about me. I said I'm really from there. Ask your big homie. That's my cousin. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that it's just saying like, you know, man, I'm really from there. And my big cousin used to tell me to go up the street. You feel me?
Oh, okay.
They used to tell me to go up the street because I was hooping.
Okay.
You know what I mean? They seen that. They seen I was good. I was focused, and then they respected I was different. You know what I mean?
So where was you going to school at?
I went to Purcell.
All 4 years?
Yeah.
High school?
Yeah.
Okay, you was really hooping.
Yeah. It was,
You had a future in that.
Yeah. That's what I thought was going on. Everybody got that NBA dream, and you know what I mean. I went to college and stuff, play ball, but I was still, you know, the hood right there in your face. I didn't have to go down the street talking about where they hooding at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I didn't have to do that. It's right there. I come outside my grandma's house, you know, and they right there on the porch smoking backwoods and shooting dice. Go down the street. My auntie and my cousin, that's what's going on.
Right there.
Right there. So I didn't have to go around the corner, down the street. Like that's where I'm really from.
What's going on?
Yeah, that's what's going on.
You know what I'm saying?
For real.
So when you said you tried to make that type of music,
Yeah, I was doing that. I was trying, you know what I mean, and it just wasn't smooth. And plus, I was you know what I mean, I was about the ladies and stuff. You know what I mean, I'm the type that was bringing the females to the neighborhood. You know what I mean, and it wasn't me, bro. You know what I mean? Everybody, you know, I ain't gonna say everybody, but I had a pack and all that stuff. I was hustling, but I wasn't active. I wasn't, you know what I mean? When my people about to go do something or whatever they was doing, I'm going up the street. All right, I'll holler at y'all when y'all get back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I said, I ain't ashamed to say that. You know what I mean?
Right. You wasn't getting in the car for the bullshit.
Nah, I wasn't in the car. You know what I mean? Shit.
Like, nah.
Nah. They telling me, hey, hold this. Everything
we be back.
Hold this for me. I'll be right back. I was that little homie in the hood.
Yeah.
You know
No. Now you had a future.
Yeah,
they believe
for sure.
in you though.
Behind me, George. Everybody from, man. Hey, if you know the 50s, you know, bro. They was the ones behind me. Jordans just to keep me out the way. You know what I mean? Just keep me straight. You know what I mean? My mama was the mama of the hood. You know, my cousin, they was her, and my mama, they was the mamas of the hood type shit. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? You know you got that mama of the hood. My grandpa, the Kool-Aid lady. You know what I mean? My grandpa selling beer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was just, man, the hood was the hood.
Whipping up extra chili for the extra kid.
Yeah, my mama, yeah. So, but the hood was
your mama always looked out for everybody, so the hood always looked back for you.
Yeah, for sure, because they knew that's Teresa's son. You know what I mean?
Okay. Oh yeah, I see. That's okay. It all makes sense now.
Yeah, like my mama.
Oh no, that's Teresa's son. He can't go with y'all.
Nah,
she gonna kill all of us.
That's Curtis' nephew. No.
Street. He gotta go.
Yeah. He gotta go.
Yeah. Before y'all do that, you go home.
You go home. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll let you shoot dice, get your little money. But
you embrace that?
Hell yeah.
Straight up.
I wasn't ashamed with it, bro. Like I said, I'm cool with that. And I understand what my cousin was doing. I ain't gonna lie, for times I'm like, damn, I want to go too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to go, but then I start understanding. They like, nah, this ain't for you, and I respect that. Like my cousin, man, he got a nice time. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna put his numbers out there, but he got a nice little bid. He bought my passport. He gave me the money to give me a passport because I was supposed to go overseas and play ball.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? After he hustling, he'd be out there on the park with me, passing me the ball. You know what I mean? Taking time out, him gritting. He coming up there because that's how much he had faith in what I was doing.
Really?
You know what I mean? So, yeah.
He bought you a passport?
Yeah.
Straight up?
Yeah.
Did you, so you was going to go overseas and
I was
play?
going to go overseas, but I got hurt. I got hurt like my sophomore year in college.
So
you know what I mean? So, with that being said, when that happened, I got hurt. And then, like a couple years after that, my grandma passed. And I'm not what do I say, like go to counseling and all that shit to deal with certain shit. I just deal with it, you know what I mean? But then I started just using my music as an outlet, and that started being my testimony. So, yeah, but training wheels and all that.
Right,
that's
right.
when that came
so
about.
what point did you transition? It was the injury? That's what I was.
Yeah, and it was like I'm trying to find what I want to do something because I was always the type that I don't want to make nobody rich. You know what I mean? I'm the white man rich, so I'm like I'm gonna be entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
so I went to barber school.
Okay.
You know, started cutting hair and hustling. You know what I mean? So to make it happen, but yeah, then I started doing music, and I was pretty decent at it. But then, like I said, I started finding myself, started getting comfortable with certain things I'm doing with music. Like I'm like, damn, I like harmonizing. Then my daddy growing up, he was a big time gospel singer, Otis Hooker. You know what I mean? He was always trying to get me to sing, always trying to get us to make a little group or stuff. So, but yeah, it's just in my genes for real, my blood for real. And I just start harmonizing them. I'm writing as a rapper, my music, but I'm harmonizing it. You know what I mean? Coming up with a flow of it. You know what I'm saying? Then start coming out smooth. So I'm like, this shit hard. Damn, when you get people like Double and Stevie and niggas that's really doing this shit, Rondo and niggas like that shit hard from the hood, you like, hell yeah, this is it.
Oh, okay. They was embracing you.
Yeah, and then they know really me because what I'm saying, like Trainer Wheels is really me. You know what I'm saying? That's why I feel like the city.
So how long was you doing music before you got to doing?
Man,
I did Trainer Wheels.
Crazy. Shout out to Studio B, my best friend, man, my dog. Shout out to him. I helped him move into his studio. You know what I mean? With his first studio, helped him move, get everything together, and that was, man, a minute ago. But I was doing it for a while, probably like 3 years before I really started taking it. 3 years prior before I actually did Training Wheels.
Okay.
So it was, I was doing it for a minute before I actually started taking it serious, buying beats. And you know what I mean?
So y'all was just mixtaping and just
LimeWire shit. You know what I mean? LimeWire?
Yeah.
That's how long I've been doing music. You know what I mean? You know, we on there downloading beats and shit. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Okay, that's what you saying. That's LimeWire. You talking about 2006?
Yeah,
2005?
for sure. Like 2006. Yeah, about 2006.
6, 7.
Yeah, 7. Yeah, around that time.
Okay, so you've been doing it for a minute.
Yeah, I've been doing it for a while, but then I was still playing ball. You know what I mean? So it was just like a little something I was doing. But yeah, I've been doing music for a minute.
What was your first actual release like?
My first actual release was under my people. Them had a little situation, a label they was doing called Dirty Mob.
Okay, so we thought 30 Mob was your label. It wasn't
Dirty
your label?
Mob, Dirty Mob, ENT. That was my cousin. Them shit, and I came out with that this CD called Come Up Season, and that's crazy, man. And they put it out, but it was like a lot of people that was coming down there I was doing music with and everything, like, you know what I mean? And I bumped into a lot of people like BK, Damo, Fetty Eddie, Killer Mike, K-Dog, just a lot of people that was, you know, around that time, they was killing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, yeah.
What made you, how did you come up with the name YGKC?
I was going by Young G at first. I was going by Young G. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy Deezy. He was like, man, you ain't going to be young forever. So I just broke it down, and then I always want to represent Kansas City. No matter what, you see it's on my neck. You know what I mean? Like, and yeah, that's how.
You just Young G, Kansas City. That's what it stands for?
Nah, yeah. Hey, Peasy say that all the time. So Peasy, shout out to Peasy.
That's what he called
He said it.
Young GKC.
Yeah.
So what do it mean then?
YGKC, and it's just breaking it down, using the Y off the young, and then the G is my name, you know what I'm saying, and then KC. That's what it come back.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Greg is my name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
So that's what it was, man. It was just, yeah.
So you saying, so back then, when you started doing music, there wasn't like a thing about the 30s versus 50s.
Yeah.
And you just like stay clear of that?
Yeah, I stay clear because I'm down there. My boy, like I said, my boy Deezy, he from the 30s. You know what I mean? He right there. Like, the Click Clack gang is around the corner from my nigga house. You feel me? He really a part of that. But he just wasn't. You feel me? Like, if he was to be affiliated with anybody, it's Click Clack gang. You know what I'm saying? So, they right there. I'm seeing them every day. All them, man, they fuck with me because they knew me from hooping. And knew me from being a cool nigga. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I just didn't, man, that ain't my lane, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm okay to say that. That ain't my lane.
That's what's up. No, that's what's up.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to defend myself as a man supposed to, but all that other stuff, that ain't my lane.
If you could start your music career over, was there anything you would do differently?
I would basically, I'll move around early. I would move around early. You know what I'm saying? Like, still do my, still do what I got to do in the city, but I'll move around. I'll be literally tapping in with people early. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. You feel like that's the blueprint to this?
Yeah, I feel like.
So since you moved around in your career here lately, has it helped you? Because I've seen you, bro. You like one of the, you know what I'm saying? It look like you made it.
It's just the way I carry myself, though. Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You got the clothes game together. You know what I mean? You kind of got a different image than most Kansas City artists. And so when you go out of town, do you get the love?
Hell yeah, and that's what be crazy. That's what make you want to go back again.
Okay.
Like when I go to Dallas and Atlanta, they show love, bro. So I just took that and brought it to my city. You really don't hear me speaking negative about nobody. I don't do that. I don't do none of that. I don't partake in none of that. You know what I mean? I just really be trying to, because there's too much negative going on in our city already to add to that. You know what I mean? So I'm like, hey, I'm on some positive. What's up with it, bro? You nigga mugging me in the club, 9 to my 10, I'm gonna ask him what's going on. Cause that's how I was raised too. You know, my cousin them always said, hey,
address it. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Figure out what's going on. Cause there's probably been some misunderstanding.
Right.
9 times out of 10, so I'm addressing it and I'm buying you. Hey, you want a drink, bro? You know what I mean? Or all that, bro. And just respect, bro.
What do you feel like is the best move you made in your music career so far?
Man, it's just working with everybody. Everybody that's want to work. I think that was one thing. And then not falling into the whole Killer City thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like that was one of the best things for me, like not falling into that. Because at times, you do be wanting like, man, I ain't heard, so I'm going to do what people listening to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In your city.
Right.
And understanding that it's big. This world is a big world. You know what I mean? It ain't just Kansas City. So, yeah, that was really just being me, bro. Staying true to yourself. You know what I mean? I feel like that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When we bump into each other, it's all love every time. It ain't never going to be no... And if I got something, I felt like, somebody said something, I'm going to ask you. What was up with that, bro? Like,
yeah.
Nigga, why we at the bar, where we at? You know what I mean? And we going to figure it out, but it's just... be yourself, man. It lasts longer, bro.
How did that Training Wheels record come about?
Man, that's my testimony of my life. You know what I mean? That's just a testimony of my life, bro. That's all it is. It's testimony. It came about. Tito was on live. Tito was going live making beats. Shout out to Tito Smith. And he making a beat. I'm like, this shit hard. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
So when he was making the beat, I was like, I need that.
Oh, okay.
I need it. It wasn't a lot of people on his live. I said, I need that. Take that down.
Yeah.
So he ended up hitting me after he got off live. I said, bro, send that, please. Excuse me. But so when he sent it, the title of the beat is Janae Aiko. That's what he named it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hearing it. I'm like, hell yeah. You know what I mean? And I'm listening to, at the time, you know, Roddy Ricch and Nipsey just came out with that song.
Mm-hmm.
That Racks in the Middle.
Yeah.
And I'm listening to it like, damn, this shit hard. And in the midst, I get that beat. So you know how music is. You do music, and you know how music is. It'll be stuck in whatever you listen to. It'll be stuck in your head, no matter what beat or whatever you listen to. And I'm like, dang. So I'm playing the beat, and I'm like, I'm getting to the mic. Because if you really listen to Racks in the Middle, it got kind of the same. You ain't thought about
melody.
that. You kind of same melody.
It makes sense now.
And then it's like, I'm like, damn, that's hard. But then I was like hearing it. I'm hearing it. So I just.
My mama told me hit it with no training wheels.
Yeah, so I'm like, and then it's like just my mom, my everything. You know what I mean? So all that is just me.
They said, how long? Somebody sent the message on here. They said, how long did it take you to ride before you could ride with no training wheels?
How long? It's funny as hell. I would just answer it like this. Training Wheels was one of the fastest songs I ever wrote. Musically,
you felt it like that.
It was like that, bro. He sent it to me. I wrote the hook and the verse at the same time. I sent it to him. He was like, bro, this is hard.
Yeah.
I'm like, for real? Because I'm just thinking it's mediocre because I wrote it so fast. And he like, man, this is hard, bro. You got to write it up. Because I'm thinking out the gate, put Rich on here. If I get Rich to get on this song.
So out the gate, you already knew you wanted Rich on there.
I swear to God.
Before you even laid your verse,
I swear to God, because I was like, this first verse is hard. So I'm going to put Rich on the second one. I got to get Rich on here. And I'm going to tell you how cold God is, bro. So he like, nah, just make another verse. I wrote another verse. Boom. So speed up. Training Wheels out. But when I put Training Wheels out, I didn't put my picture on it.
Right.
Then nobody know who the YGKC dude was. Then nobody know nothing. So when I put it out, I'm handing out CDs. I'm hand in hand, Master P type shit. And I'm hand in hand. I see Rich the Factor at 7 Heaven. Park on the side.
Yeah.
If you know Rich, you know where he parked that on 7 Heaven. Right there, boom. I'm like, I tell my cousin, like, hey, boy, that's Rich. He like, nigga, go get him a CD. I said, bet. I go get Rich the CD. I'm like, man, hey, can you just listen to it, man? You know what I mean? I'm like that. He like, man, I know who you is, man. I got you. And I slid the CD in his car, you know what I mean? And he was like, yeah, I got you. Swear to God, bro. Maybe 3 days later. This probably like a Tuesday, so like a Friday. My cousin called me like, nigga, Rich wrote, he on Training Wheels? I said, nigga, what? Nah. The nigga Rich done uploaded a video, bro, of him, his verse, riding on the highway.
Oh, yeah?
He didn't put his verse on there and everything already, bro. I'm like, hell nah, screen recorded everything. Like, nigga, what? Posted. Like, what? So, Rich, you know, you can't say no to him.
Yeah.
Swear to God, nigga, like the next week, we dropped it. He hit me up, said, hey, come to the plaza. I'm like, man, I'm about to meet Rich, you know. Get dressed. I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, I'm about to meet Rich, because Rich was my dog. Like, that's
everybody's favorite rapper.
That's my favorite rapper. So
yeah.
I go down there, meet him in front of Kona Grill. You know what I mean? He like, yeah, I like that. I like that. I'm like, yeah, for real. Ear to ear, like, yeah, he like that. He like, yeah, I'm going to Sedalia. I'm about to get you some money. I'm thinking he just want me to go. I'm ready to go for free and everything. He like, hey, I got $1,500 for you. I'm like, say less, nigga. I'm already ready to go just on the free.
Yeah.
Swear to God, he got me that show. We go down there and kill it. Nigga, the next, he called me, said we got another. We went to St. Joe? But he got me headlining with him. Like, I'm special guest. Headline Rich the Factor. Special guest YGKC, bro.
Straight up?
Swear to God.
Rich just doing this for you.
He's just doing it.
He liked the song that much? Or
yeah, I swear to God, bro. Then after that, it started being like, he sent me beats through Jazz. Jazz would send it to me. And Jazz be like, hey, or I'll be in there working with Boot and walking by, and Jazz like, hey, Rich left this for you.
Straight up, huh?
And I'm in there, you know, I cook up real quick, you know what I'm saying? And then it just, Rich shows so much love, bro, it's crazy.
How many songs you got with Rich?
Nigga, over 10 songs, bro.
Straight up.
Shit that we ain't put out, everything, bro. It's like that's the homie for real, you know what I'm saying? Like, he showed good love. Yeah, for real, so.
Was Marley Young any influence of your music?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna tell you a story. That's like my little cousin, man. But the thing is, I was doing, I cut hair. So he come in there, I'm cutting his hair, and I'm playing songs for him. In my old shop, I'm playing songs for him. He was like, man, stop there real quick. Just me and him in here, bro. And he'll vouch for this. He was like, man, my nickname Pooh. He like, Pooh, man, if you gonna do this, bro, really do it. I'm like, nigga, who you talking to? But then I'm realizing, like, you right, because this is what you do.
Right.
And if you gonna do it, if you gonna do it, bro, do it.
Yeah.
Don't play with it, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm really doing this. So I respect that, you know what I mean? And he was like, ever since then, bro, we picking each other's brain, you know what I mean? To this day, you know what I'm saying? And I respect him and love him for that, because he just shot straight like, boom. Like, nigga, if you gonna do it, bro. Not saying nothing like, oh, that's trash or any of that. He like, nah, bro, I like what you're doing, but if you're gonna do it, bro. And ever since then, that's what I do.
What'd you take from what you took from that was, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna be serious.
I've got to be serious about this. Yeah, I gotta be serious.
So at that point,
because somebody I look at like, dang, this dude cold.
What?
I look at Marley cold. He cold with that music. You know what I'm saying? And I respect him on that. You know what I'm saying? So somebody to say that, that's big to me. You know, I respect every man. It don't matter younger than me, older. You know what I mean? Whatever. I respect you. You know what I'm saying? So when he said that, I was like, yeah.
Was that before or after Training Wheels? When
that was I want to say before. It may be before, or in the midst of putting it out.
Oh,
yeah, coming out. Yeah.
Okay. So that was. Do you feel like that was basically your first debut tape right there, right?
Yeah, Training Wheels. Yeah.
Training Wheels.
Yeah.
You feel like
that was the first? That was like the. Yeah, that was the first one. That was like getting everybody hip to me actually doing it. Because everybody's so used to me playing ball. You know what I mean? Okay. So they like, this nigga doing music, but they didn't know who YGKC was.
Right.
Like I told you, I didn't have no picture. You know what I mean? That's why I feel like God cold, bro. Like, he was like, okay, you want, because I prayed about this. You know what I'm saying? I prayed.
Right.
I prayed and told God, like, hey, this is what I want to do. So when that happened, he was like, all right, bet, I got you. I'm going to shine a light on you. But ain't nobody going to be able to see you. Ain't nobody going to know who you are. You got to do the rest.
Yeah.
Because I was the type, I don't talk to a lot of people, but I knew if I want to get to where I want to go in this music, I got to.
So, that was one of my questions I had over here, man. But so God played a major part in your life, in your music career?
Yeah, fact. Because I prayed about this, bro. I prayed for him to, if this is what you really want me to do, because I'm seeing how it's moving.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like I did, what? Like 20 shows, bro, free. Every weekend, since the day Training Wheels came out, I was doing a show. Mm-hmm. Every weekend. Boom. Like every other weekend, doing a show every weekend. And pumping, bro. Like every weekend I'm booking myself.
Where was you doing these shows at?
Riot Room, everywhere, bro. Anywhere I can
get a show at.
Anywhere I can get a show at. So when I do a show or I go to this club, I'm talking to the owner or the who's over the promoters or any of that. I'm asking, hey, how can I get in here and do a show? You know what I mean? So, we can split the door, whatever we gotta do. And I make the flyer.
You did it all yourself?
All that, bro. I'm paying to get a flyer made. Even though if I'm just an opener, I could be opening up for the Juke House. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna get a flyer made. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Shout out to Shay, what's her name? Shay, do the flyers. Shay, she with Popper. Shout out to her. She'll tell you. Every weekend, bro, I'm paying her $45, $50, $60, whatever she asking for. I'm paying her every weekend to make me a flyer. And I'm just probably an opener. But I'm making this flyer look like this is my show.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Telling all my people we going like, everybody know at the beginning, bro, I just come like 14, 15 deep to a show. Yeah. And I'm making sure everybody get in. Paying for everybody to get in. They give you probably like 4 people to get in with you. I'm paying for everybody to get in. And I'm paying for y'all to get a drink. Because I got to have something in y'all hand. A flyer of me and a drink.
Right.
You know what I mean?
What made you have that type of, who did you see that was doing it that made you want to do it like that? Where you was like, I'm bringing my whole crew.
Because I know, with this music, bro.
That came from somewhere.
Just seeing it like out of town, bro. I'm seeing the way they carry their partners and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm always the type like, if I eat, you gonna eat. Especially if you're rocking with me.
Right.
And then it's like finding out who really, with it. You know what I mean? Come on, let's go. And just, man, I know people are comfortable if they in the club with a drink and something to get a conversation. I call my flyers conversation starters. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because it's like, I can talk to, like my partners, they a lot of them players. So they want to holler at a female, they give them this flyer. That's a conversation starter. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's up, baby? Woo, woo, woo. This my cousin. Woo, woo. How you doing, though? You know what I mean? Whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But and they got a drink and they comfortable. Yeah.
So early on, you was booking your shows. Someone right at the training wheels, you booking your own
booking
shows.
myself, bro.
You was doing it all yourself. You had your...
Then I did, not to cut you off.
Go ahead.
But I did Coast to Coast. I was doing contests and I was winning this shit, bro, off this one song. Coast to Coast, Moss Fest. But me, after you do a show, that's why it's important to network, bro. After I did a show and I go up there, hey, what's your name, bro? I'm watching people perform. You know what I'm saying? And giving them my number, my Instagram, all that, bro. You know what I mean? I'm connecting with them, so. And it's just, bro, that's just.
You was going to win contests?
Yeah, like Moss Fest, Coast to Coast. I did, and I was winning.
What was you winning in these contests?
I swear to God, huh?
What was you winning in the contest?
Like it started being like they'll send you to the next city. You know what I mean? Okay. They pay for you. They not pay for you. You good on getting in the club with your partners and performing again. You paying for your own, way there and everything, but you just you go to the next city. So I'm looking at like, oh, it's another opportunity. You know what I mean? For me to network and everything and like I said, shake hand and kiss babies. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
So you, like you said, you was booking your own shows and doing all yourself, and eventually at some point in time you signed with Joe Black.
Yeah. That was later. That was probably like Joe Black is like it's like a management deal.
Okay, it's management. So it's not. So that was another question.
All right.
What kind of deal did you sign with Joe Black?
Me and Joe, we got it's like a management deal. Like, and he produces a lot of my songs and stuff. You know what I mean? So it's just a management deal, like a coach. I call him Coach Joe. You know what I mean? Because it's like a artist development situation. You know what I'm saying?
So it's not a whole record label.
Yeah, he is a record label.
I mean, you don't have a whole record deal though.
No, it's a management. Yeah, just
management. Just management deal.
Yeah,
that's what's up. You think he? What does he help you with? Like, what does he do as far as that goes?
Taking my time with writing, understanding music, understanding my voice, understanding that quality over quantity.
Okay. And
that's big. People can just put out so many records. I could put out, I got so many songs on my phone. I could put it out, but if it got to represent you in a way that you can want to push your damn self. You know what I'm saying? Just can't put out anything. You know what I'm saying? So, and he may understand that and understand like it's okay to go back in there and fix this word or say this differently or, you know what I mean? Like I just call him, that's why I call him Coach Joe, man. He just been molding me into this, the artist you see now.
So he got a bunch of what is his label called?
District.
District. That's the name of it. I didn't know it. And does he have how many artists does he have over there? You know, it's a bunch of art. He got a few R&B.
Yeah,
guys
he got a few artists, but I don't know the situations with them right now, so I don't want to say.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But it's a nice handful of us. You know what I mean?
And he just managing most of y'all.
Yeah, managing, dealing with production, producing and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. What was the best thing you think he taught you?
Take my time. And understand it's a process. Like this whole thing's a process. You know, we get impatient at times. We just want it so bad. But just understand, like, man, just take your time, bro. And that's how, you know what I mean? Because I'm ready to get my mama out the hood. You feel me? I'm ready to, put on for the city. So it's like, and you get impatient at times with that. But he just helped me with that. Just being patient. Understand, God's plan. So,
do you think you should treat music like a job?
I do.
You do?
Not a job per se, but I know that not a job, but just.
Or do you use it more like a stress reliever?
It's that too. It is. It's definitely that.
It helps you relieve stress.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
What do you feel like is the best song you ever made?
I'm gonna have to say Training Wheels, but
I mean, like you said, bro. You said
I got so many songs, bro.
You did that in 5 minutes. I know some of the songs that I do in 5 minutes. They're like, oh, that's your hardest one. I'm like, man, that ain't nothing.
That ain't nothing.
I didn't put no work in that.
Yeah.
What is the best song you feel like you've made? Where you was like, I put my heart in this. Like, oh man, I love this song. You know what I mean? One time, bro, I did a song in 5 minutes. Yeah. I did a 5-minute song. Yeah. And I was so raunchy and ratchet. I'm like, I woke up in the middle of the night and did it.
Them are the best songs, bro. Them are the best times to write when you wake up.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. It's like, because there's so many songs. Like, I got a song called Far From Basic. You know what I mean? A lot of people, when they heard it, like, that is not, that's YG. Because I'm rapping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think you heard it. Streets played it on the show. Yeah, on the show.
Yeah.
And it's like, they surprised to hear that. But then I got a song called Good Love. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know, bro. It's a lot of songs. Waterfall. I got a lot of songs, but it's like, I can't say which one my best song. You know what I mean? I can't say.
You can't say? You can't just don't none of them just hit you like, oh man.
Training wheels hit me every time and give me goosebumps because
the process,
you know what I mean? What I've been through. Like my mama, it's dope seeing my mama listening to my records or bragging to her homegirls and stuff like, baby, you heard my baby song? You know, so.
Yeah.
I can't say, bro. I can't say honestly what's my favorite song. You know what I mean? Like I wrote a song I don't even listen to. I put it out. I don't even listen to it because it's about my brother. I don't even listen to it. You know what I mean? I wrote it. I didn't even write it. I went in there at Steve's, went in there, recorded it, and left. And then when I brought out the CD dedicated to him called My Brother's Keeper, everybody in my family cried when they hear that song because they felt the emotions in it. So, and that song was so fast. And it was just, I did it, put it out, and don't listen to, I do not listen to that song. But it's like, that's what I'm saying. So it's, all my music is like a testimony or something I've been through or something I've experienced. But
it's really what you lived.
Yeah, it ain't nothing fake. I'm not, that's why I don't do certain songs. I can't just be talking about a Lamborghini and with the butterfly doors and all that. I can't do that because that ain't me. I ain't got that yet. You know what I mean? But favorite song, yeah, I'm just say Training Wheels, bro. Just out the process. Yeah, I'm going to say Training Wheels.
Training Wheels, you feel like that's just
why you say like you feel like it's something else?
Because you know why I feel like that? Because like I said, bro, I do music.
Yeah.
Right? And so my song that everybody likes.
Yeah.
I just like you. I just heard you say, bro, that, man, I did it too easy.
Yeah, it's like.
But I understand the process, everything. Like actually, that's the one that opened up the door for you, though. Mm-hmm. It kind of did more than just did more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It did a whole lot more.
It surprised you, like
yeah.
Because I wasn't expecting that.
And the process of that song, like you heard the beat. You was like, bro, send me that. Yeah. That's the one. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then when you did it, you know what I mean? You was just fucking up, but your homies heard it and was like, that's the one.
That's
he was
hard,
like,
yeah.
I wanted Rich on it before I.
Yeah, and then it, like, that's why I said God code, bro. Like, the power of the tongue, bro, is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Manifestation is what we call it.
Manifestation.
Is there anything else in your career you have manifested in your music career that happened?
I've been manifesting doing a song with Tech, man. That's what I've been trying to do. But like just people starting to really see me as an artist instead of put me in a certain lane. Like, oh, he's a rapper, he's a singer, he's a, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're real versatile.
And that's what I want people to see, and I feel like they starting to see that. Like, you can send me any beat. You know what I'm saying? You just can't be like, oh, I'm going to send them a YG type beat or this or some slow stuff. Nah, you can send me anything and you're going to.
So you kill me because you know what, I got questions over here, and then you smack my question with something else, right? You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying? Because you said, well, shit. I asked, is it manifestation, right? Yeah. And you said, shit, I want to do a song with Tech. So now one of the questions I got is, if there's 3 artists, any 3 artists, name 3 artists you would just love to do a song with.
In the city or just period?
Let's throw 3 in, 3 out.
All right, bet. Tech. What's my girl name from Kansas? What's her name?
Kansas?
Yeah. She big. I'm mad I can't say her name, bro.
Oh, damn.
She name on name. That ain't her name.
Nah, hell nah. That ain't her name. Her name is that nigga said to me. Her name is I'm talking about Janelle Monáe.
Janelle Monáe, yeah, her.
Monáe. Okay.
Because I did so much music, bro, with a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? In the city, I didn't touch everybody, but these people I ain't did nothing with, and they.
Tech and Janelle Monáe.
Okay.
Give me one more. You get that. Them some good ones. I would love to hear them songs too.
Yeah.
We got Tech and Janelle Monáe. There's 3 in the city.
That's what I was trying to say, because this, like I said, I didn't work with...
You work with everybody.
Everybody.
You pretty much did
know what I mean? I ain't did a
Once you got Rich off the list, man, it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. What else do you do? What else do you do? You got a song with Boy Biggs?
Yes.
See what I'm saying? What else do you do?
Like, it's like that, so it's like, I'm going to do my cousin Lavelle, man. I want to do something with
Lavelle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because these are people that...
That's your cousin?
Yeah.
You talking about the, We Can't Go to Bed, man?
Yeah, bro.
Straight up, that's your cousin?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, that's what's up. I would love to hear. Yeah, you do a song with Lavelle. That might be the one. That might be the one.
Yeah, that's hard. That's so. Cause I did Boy Big, Rich, like Rob Lowe, Boss.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody we ain't put out like man Marley, Feezy Cash. I did so many songs with everybody, bro.
Yeah.
That's serious about like a Sleazy. I want to do that, but I feel like you know what I mean. Like Sleazy is he on that list? If you was to do like an extra Sleazy, like me and Ray Money about to work, like, bro, it's crazy. Like, it's a blessing. You know what I mean? To be able to just, I can reach out to these people and they like, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
But, yeah, man, I didn't work with everybody in the city that's doing something.
Give me 3 out.
Man, Lil Baby, bro.
Okay.
Lil Boosie, I'm going to say Lil Boosie because we was this close, bro. I met him. I did a show at the Boulevard. I opened up for him. And you know how sometimes, I don't even say I opened up for him. I ended the show. Boosie got off, and the promoter forgot that I was supposed to perform.
Okay.
And he was like, oh, man, come on, let's go. So after Boosie got done, Boosie went to his section over there, and I was able to perform. That's why I said God Code, bro. I was able to perform.
While everybody was still in there.
Yeah, everybody's still in there. You know what I mean? And Boosie was like...
Where was that at?
Boulevard. Boulevard Nights, bro.
Okay.
Boosie was in there, and me and my cousin Rush was in there, and Boosie, after I got done performing, he said, hey, come here. Told his manager, the little fat dude, go get him. Swear to God, bro. Walked down there, me and my cousin Rush, and we went down there. Boosie pulled me up on the couch. I got pictures and videos of it and everything. Pulled me on the couch, said, man, that's your song? I'm like, yeah. He's like, I like that. Mm-hmm. I like that. So he was like, man, I normally charge 10, but if you ready to go now, give me 5. I said, hell yeah, say less. By this time, you know, we leave. We about to leave. We walking out, me, him, T-Rail. I can't think of the other artists, but we walking out the back door, and I'm telling him, he like, yeah, find a studio, we can knock it out. His manager like, you serious? I'm like, hell yeah. So I called Studio B. Be like, bet, come through. All right, bet. So as we leaving out, they start shooting in the air, bro. Somebody started shooting that Boulevard.
Fucked up the situation.
Boosie
didn't get up out of there.
And I went my way. I'm trying to call his manager. His manager ain't really answering. But his manager called me that next morning. Mind you, you know what I'm saying, I got my kids at the time. You know what I'm saying? I got it's my weekend. You know what I mean? With the kids, bro. Me and his manager, like, we in Topeka. It's the same day Boosie and T-Real did that song, My Dog.
Oh, yeah?
So, I don't know if it was My Dog or
That's when they shot the video.
I think it probably was. But they was working that night. You know what I mean? They was working. So, he said, we in Topeka, man. Can you get down here? I'm like, fuck. Got my kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can't.
Like, dang, man, I'm going to try to make it, man. I'll let you know. He said, let me know. I said, the number's still the same? He like, yep. Man, I couldn't get down there, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But Boosie, Lil Baby. Then I gotta say my baby, man. Summer, man.
Summer Walker?
SZA, man. SZA or Summer Walker, man. But
okay.
SZA, my baby, so I'm gonna say SZA, bro. That's my baby.
I would like to hear you on a song like Derez Deshawn.
Yeah, he hard, bro.
Yeah, I would like to hear you on a song like that. I want to hear Derez Deshawn do a song with you I want to hear him do a song with Marley, like individually. Yeah. I want to hear him do a song with KC Young Boss.
Yeah.
And CW Youngblood.
Yeah, that's my CW. He crazy.
I want to hear him do a song with all of y'all, like on y'all's level.
Yeah, that's hard.
You know what I'm saying? I would love to hear it.
You heard the shit we did, me and CW?
Yeah, I heard it. Hell yeah, I heard it. Hell yeah.
CW, bro, that's my dog. Cool dude.
Yeah, y'all did a good one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You serious about that though?
Ain't no question, yeah.
What made you get so serious about it?
I started loving it because I love making music. I love the whole process. I love listen to a beat, coming up with the lyrics and melodies. I love different melodies, you know what I mean? Different cadence. I love that process, you know what I mean? Then coming up with a cadence, like a melody, they like, damn, that's hard. You know what I mean? I love that. And then just seeing it all come together. It's like cooking up some food and then you serving it to your people and they like, damn, this shit good.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing I love, bro. That process.
The outcome.
The outcome.
Starting from the scratch.
Yeah, starting from scratch.
Yeah, that's always.
Especially when they're not expecting it to be good. They're like, man, this nigga probably can't cook. You know what I mean? And then you get in there and whip up some fire. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I love that whole process.
When it comes to doing music, what is your process on you doing music? What's your music process when you do it?
Man, vibe. It's got to be a good vibe. Beats, we go through beats. Got to be a good engineer that's understanding that how serious you are, taking you serious so much. You know what I mean? So, but the process is just vibing, man. We got some drinks, some smoke, and some people around that's serious and understand what you're doing, and we're gonna have a hell of a session. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a vibe, man. I don't allow no negativity in the studio though. I'm the type that if I see it, I'm
okay.
You gotta go, bro.
Do you do the hook first, or you just vibe? However it comes.
Vibing, and then especially if there's a bunch of people in there that's understand the process of making music. We like, hey, I'm about to lay my verse real quick, and that might make me switch up the way I came on my hook. But it's just a vibe, bro. It's just a vibe for real. But hook 9 times out of 10, the first thing, concept hook. You know what I mean?
Is Two gonna keep you your cousin?
Hey, man, it's crazy, bro. Let me tell you something, bro. Like, me and Keith share a cousin.
Okay.
We share cousins, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Sharonda, Chantel, Chandlin, Shabride. Those are his cousins. So that makes them, my cousin. And me and Dude never had a problem. We used to play ball with each other back in the day, you know what I'm saying? And it was always respect, you know what I'm saying? It was just that fact that I'm from the 50s, you know what I mean? And that's what, it's, yeah, that's crazy, bro.
You gotta know to know. No, they over here sending me some shit.
They gotta know to know, bro. They gotta know to know, bro.
You gotta know to know.
Yeah, bro, it's crazy.
They over here sending me some shit.
Yeah, you gotta know to know, man. That's crazy.
So one of the questions that the people asked is, what was your mindset? What mindset or habits helped you the most in your whole music career? Like, what was the habits? What was the things like? All right,
I want this, bro, and I know that. Like, I'm a good representation for the city. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? I feel like a person like me get on, I'm gonna do what, you know what I mean, certain people didn't do. You know what I mean? I ain't about to put their names out, but certain people didn't do. I'm gonna put on. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make a way for the, you know what I mean? I'm gonna make a wave so we can be seen and heard. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's my motivation, the city, and the fact that I want my mama and my family in a different position, bro, in a different, position in life.
Right. Shout out to your cousin. It's his birthday today.
Yeah, Clean Eye, man. Shout out to Clean Eye.
He put on here. He said, what makes you keep going in a town full of envy? That's what he wants you to say on it, because he know the backstory of what you really want to say. So he really wants you to get messy. What keep you going in a town full of envy, man? Because it's crazy how people get hated on, but you are one of the people who I see, like, you touch every platform. Mm-hmm. You go everywhere. Yeah. You on everything. You, like you said, you booking in all the shows, all the events, where no matter what the venue is, you kind of like, that's what y'all got going on. You arguing with him. Okay, I'm booking at your show this weekend. I'm booking at his show. His club next weekend. That don't got nothing to do with me.
Ain't got nothing to do with me, bro. Neutral. I don't got nothing. I don't put myself. I don't politic. You know what I mean? I don't do none of that, bro. I don't do none of that. I just stay in my own lane, do me, And my family respect that. So they don't expect nothing else out of me. When they see something else out of me, you know what I mean, they going to be like, damn, what's going on? And then a lot of people like, Fast Lane, you see me out, bro, and I'm into it with a nigga, you know damn well it ain't got nothing to do with me.
True, yeah.
You know, this nigga tripping. You know what I mean?
It ain't your fault.
It ain't my fault. So and then I don't like putting negativity in the air, bro. We got too much going on in the city. I try to stay positive as possible. You know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of envy around here, bro.
It is, bro, and it's just...
Do you feel like that affects us in any way?
It do. But it's just, gotta stay focused. That's what it come with. It's gonna get worse when you get that bad. When you only gonna get worse, bro.
Yeah.
They gonna find out all type of shit that try to dig up stuff. But one thing about me, you can't dig up nothing that I ain't showing you. Right. I'm already showing you this. I'm already showing you my kids. I'm already showing you, you know what I mean, my mama, my lady. I'm showing you everything, bro.
Right.
So it ain't nothing you can dig up on me. Or I ain't, hey.
How do you decipher it from like being a barber and a musician at the same time?
It's tough.
It is?
Yeah, because I be missing out on money. Like, I missing out on a lot of money just going to the studio, bro. Like, people call me for a feature, and 9 times out of 10, I'm doing this feature for free, probably.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I know the opportunity I'm getting. I know you know what I mean? I know about all that. I know that this person I'm going to do this feature, we're going to push this song as much as I am. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Or probably more.
Okay.
But
so sometimes,
I know the reward at the end of it.
Okay. This is a greater reward.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a greater reward. That makes sense because I'm not gonna lie, bro. Sometimes I'm like, I'm not doing the music.
Yeah.
It ain't paying off. You know what I'm saying?
But not knowing, I seen that dope ass video you just did in the black truck, and I'm like, that shit was smooth, bro.
Oh yeah.
The way you represented the town.
Yeah.
And the way you probably was just being, you doing you. But the way you represent the town is big, bro. You know what I'm saying? I
try. You really doing it though.
Man.
I got so much going on, bro. I don't even have time for that.
But that shit,
you know what I'm saying?
That representation, bro, we have to like the people that's out here doing all this fraudulent shit, we have to call them out on it. Because you're not representing the town in a way that's acceptable.
See, that's where they say that we're being negative.
It's not, bro. The truth ain't negative all the time. It ain't. How?
I hate to say this right now. Call that one.
Man, we just got.
You ain't got to call nobody out. Just give me a better understanding of what you say by misrepresenting the city. That's what I mean.
We ain't. Kansas City too small for us to be faking like we got some shit going on that we don't got going on, like jury-wise or, you know what I mean? Or just, it's too small, bro. We not Atlanta, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, It's like, come on, man. You in this, ain't nothing wrong with you riding this Honda, but you got $250,000 worth of jewelry on? Like, come on, bro. It gotta make sense. Ain't nothing wrong with it. That's what you want to do, but you gotta be a hell of a nigga to put that on. Go outside. It's like me. Who's your partners, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, you old boy, ain't not for real. And it's like, I respect you, what you do. You know what I mean? That's cool. I just can't do it because I know my niggas, my family gonna be like, nigga, stop. Stop. That's no shade to anybody. I respect y'all, what y'all do. I just can't do it, Fast Lane, bro.
But I be seeing some people doing some bullshit.
But we gotta call them out. Not call them out in a way that's going to disrespect them or be negative. It just gotta be like, bro.
That's too much.
That's too much,
Come
man.
on.
What you think you faking us, dude? That's what I be wanting to know. Do y'all think we stupid? Because we ain't. You know what I mean? It's like, but man, you make me, I do that. And I listen, bro. I don't have no problem. Nobody do you. It's just that we have to tell the big homies need to, whoever your big homie is, to tell you, hey, calm down a little bit.
They say you hating if you tell somebody.
Nah, that's not hating, bro. That's not hating. Especially if you represent Kansas City, we have to do that. We have to, Fast Lane, bro. We have to, bro.
Some people
look at that making tell you making shit.
Some of that jewelry you wear be authentic though. All that jewelry I had on in my video was authentic.
What jewelry?
In that video you was talking about.
What video you
The video with the Benz. The black truck.
That you had?
Yeah.
I believe it's real.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
I believe it's real because I know what type of person you are, bro.
I'm just saying.
I just know what type of person you are. It's like certain shit, bro. It has to add up, as later, right? Gotta add up. And it's like...
Yeah, no, for real.
It got to. That's why Rich ain't really... You know, I ain't gonna speak for him, but that's why a lot of people ain't really tapping into that because it's like, bro...
It's bullshit.
It's bullshit.
Yeah.
And it's like, we just be yourself, bro. Bro, I don't do listen. I ain't, nah, bro.
Is that why you don't be wearing the jewelry and shit? Because most stuff is
it's like, man, I just ain't want to put out there like, I got it like that and I don't got it like that. I can't wear $150,000 worth of jewelry or $250,000 worth of jewelry. And I don't own a house.
I done seen some niggas with some big crazy Cubans.
Yeah,
man.
they do that. They do that on them.
I seen some niggas with some big crazy Cubans. They got some ice there. I'll be like, God, bro, you know what that's worth?
Man, that's what I be saying. I be like, bro, even the little ones be like, bro, the little ones is high as fuck.
Yeah.
So what makes you think you fooling us with this? Oh, I'm dumb. Okay, I'm dumb. All right, you think I'm dumb. All right, bet. But you can have that. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. But I just can't.
Some people misrepresent the city, though, is basically what you're getting at, though. Misrepresenting the city is a bad look.
It is, and that's what make us, to these other people, feel like we're a lick. You know what I mean? We're a lick. We corny. So, you know, whatever they come up with, they be like, oh, yeah, kids, just go through there and make some paper real quick. You know what I mean?
Them niggas.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But no, and that is the persona that we put off a lot. A lot of people put that off, that corny shit, that bullshit, the fake
country.
Jewelry.
Yeah, we ain't country.
Yeah, a lot of niggas do put that out there.
Yeah, nah, we got.
Nah, we some country niggas, bro.
We are.
Now we ain't country like, you know.
Yeah, but we country though.
Yeah, you go to a big city, bro. We some country boys.
We are country.
You know what I'm saying? We some country boys. They like, why you dressing like that? We be overdressed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Kansas City niggas hop out overdressed. Overdressed. They like, bro, we just playing basketball. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That's
for sure.
That's the thing about it. That's country, bro. That's country. Nah, that's country. No matter how we look at it, it's country.
So you think they look at it like, you know how you see a nigga out playing ball and he got the whole outfit on, like he got the jersey, the shorts. That's how you think?
Yeah, that's country. That's country.
Okay, that's country.
Nah, that's a Kansas City nigga. Bro, you pull up, hey, listen, go.
No, bro. I don't
put an out-of-town game with a bunch of niggas, bro. Get a bunch of niggas to the out-of-town basketball game, bro, right? It's a nigga from every state, right? You get niggas from every state.
Yeah.
The Kansas City nigga gonna be Boosie. Swear to God, he ain't gonna be Boosie.
That nigga got better, bro. I think he better.
That nigga have on the Nike joint, the Nike underneath the pants with the outfit, you know what I mean, with the sleeve. The nigga gonna have on the
shiesty. No, he's not.
A Kansas City nigga gonna overdo it, bro. He gonna go, I'm from Kansas City, boy.
I hate that. I hate when they start doing the rich voice, man. Yeah, man, you know where that bro had that. That's his. That's his.
That's what they gonna do, bro. Every Kansas City nigga, once they get some light, they turn into rich. Man, we here. Kansas City stand up.
You know, well of occasion.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just Boosie. Come on, country.
Yeah,
it's country.
It's country.
You know what I'm saying?
That's like you funny as hell, bro.
What's when you say, so there was a point in time where you was doing music and you wasn't really taking it serious. And then there was a point in time where you stayed taking it serious. Mm-hmm. And then you came out with Training Wheels.
Yeah.
What happened after that? What was the evolvement from that?
Man, it started after I did Training Wheels, just started getting fun. You know what I mean? Because Training Wheels was like my grandma passed, and that was like a testimony. You know what I mean? Going through that. Then I came out with G5, and G5 was like, I'm having fun with the music now because I done got through that with my grandma.
Yeah.
Then my brother passed. So then I'm back to,
remorse music.
Yeah, remorse music. And it's like, But one thing about that, it made me hungry because I know me and my brother was what we had planned because he was behind me with the music. He was the one that's like, let's do it. I'm going to get the bag and I'm going to push you. You know what I'm saying? So I put that out. I did that, man. My brother's keeper, I did that in a month.
Straight up.
I know you done heard better from C-Dub, but mixed, mastered, all that in a month, bro. No lie. Ask Steve.
Yeah, that's what's up.
And it was crazy, like, and you can hear all the pain in that. So after I did that, then I came out with 5. But in the midst of me coming out with the EP, I'm working with Joe Black now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now I'm making music where I'm really, you can tell my pen getting better.
Quality.
You know what I'm saying? The quality of the sound is getting better. Like, yeah, so that, it just motivated, man. I'm just motivated, bro. And I feel like I'm at a point right now where I can't stop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know how you be doing something so long and you like, nah, I can't stop. Even though if I want to.
Went too far, can't turn back now.
Can't turn back now, bro.
Yeah.
And it came too far, I can't turn back now.
It's a people kind of depending on you, bro.
Yeah, man, I got us. I swear to God, I got us.
Feezy did his interview and he said, man, if I put my money behind any artist in Kansas City,
yeah,
YG. He said, that's the most marketable. He said, first Delio,
yeah,
and then you.
Yeah.
He said, you're the next most marketable thing out of Kansas City after Delio.
And he understands me. Bro, know me. You know what I mean? That's my brother. I don't call anybody just my brother.
Right.
I lost my brother. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm not just throwing that out there, but me and Feezy talk on a whole different level.
Feezy talking on a whole nother
level.
level.
Yeah, we talk on a whole different level. Like, he know me. He know my process of how I think, how I move, how I write. You know what I mean? He know everything. And he like, this dude is it.
How long he been around? Like, in your music
Feezy
career?
been knowing each other. Like, I've been knowing Feezy for a minute, but I thought he was from out of town. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't know he was from Kansas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The way he carried himself, the way he, Rondo, you know what I mean? Like, and Rondo just don't just mess with anybody.
Right.
So I'm seeing that. But me and Feezy been like, and then my cousin Rush knew him personally. So he linked us up and we did a song. And ever since then, that's been like, bro, you know what I'm saying? So we've been knowing each other for a nice little time now. I say like 6 years, 7 years.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So
y'all been locked in.
Locked in, you know.
He got some music connections too over there, don't he?
Yeah, facts.
Y'all ever put them together? Make some shit happen?
Yeah. We got enough music to make an EP, bro. It's just that me, I just don't put out anything. I strategically put out things. You know what I mean?
Quality, because you got with Joe Black, got the quality.
Got the quality. It be stuff that Joe be like, man, why you put that out? You know what I mean? Like, just wait. So I just, you know.
Okay, Joe be on it.
Yeah, he on it. That's like I said, Coach Joe. You know what I mean? That's why I call him Coach Joe, man. Like, because he be on it. And he hate that I be doing little shows here and there because I like doing shows that keep, you know, you sharpen your tool, keep you.
That's the one thing I wanted to say to you. So, like, the barber thing.
Yeah.
Right? And then, honestly, bro, from me to you,
yeah,
I feel as if, and Joe Black probably tells you this,
yeah,
I feel as if you are too accessible.
And that's what, but it's like, yeah and no, because I love that. I love that people can call me or pull up, and they know when they pull up, they get a service.
Yeah.
It ain't pulling up just to, you know what I mean, be on no weird shit, but I don't even look at it as weird shit. I just look at it showing love. If they pull up like, I'm so YG, bro, what the woo-woo. You know what I mean? And I don't think of nobody in a negative way until they show me otherwise. Something different. So, yeah, and then, man, that makes them respect what I'm doing more, too. You know what I'm saying? And they, like, protect me. The city low-key protect me. You know what I mean? They like, hey, he ain't on that.
Right. Stop.
And I know if I go there with him, he got a hell of a... He got something coming that's... Yeah. You got to be ready for it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's just... And then it's like, I'm not coming negative, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, me and you got a relationship that didn't come off of, you know what I mean? Me knowing no boy or whatever. It's just because I'm hollering at you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's genuine shit.
Genuine shit.
Yeah.
That's why, like you said,
I didn't know who your people were. You know, your sister. I didn't know none of that, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that just...
If I seen you outside and you was getting into it with a nigga, I'm definitely going to back you because I know first thing you tried to diffuse it.
Facts.
I know you level-minded.
Yeah.
Now, if you was drunk, I'd be like, oh, bro, you tripping.
You tripping, yeah.
You know what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah,
you tripping. You get yourself hurt and I think because you ain't thinking clearly.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying? But if I walked up to and I seen that you was level-minded and somebody was tripping, I'm automatically gonna think they're in the wrong because that's not what you want.
I'm not on that.
Like, just you ain't on no bullshit.
Nah, hell, not for what.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm going home for sure. You know, I mean, I'm not slipping or anything like that. You know, but it's just that I ain't coming like that, bro. I'm chilling. I'm chilling, bro. And man, people be thinking I'm by myself, but I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I got somebody in the cousin, but it's just, I'm not coming negative, bro.
Right.
You know, it's just, so, yeah.
That's it's actually great for the youth to see people like you. You know what I'm saying? Just like I said.
And I show the YNs respect.
Yeah.
They see me, I'm like, what's up with it, boy? And I'm engaging with them to where they like, oh, okay, cuz I ain't on it. You know what I mean? They respect and they know I ain't.
You universally get to move around the city.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people can't.
Because they did some faulty shit.
So when I see, if I was a young dude who was looking up to you, I'd be like, damn, bro, be over there with them. He get to go over there. We can't go over there. But how do we get to that? How do we get to that? And they realize, okay, I gotta stop doing the bullshit.
Fast lane, you my partner. But look, if this nigga ain't trying to kill your mama or your kids or try to physically hurt you, or you know what I mean, or and it's just y'all just ain't talk yet, or whatever the case may be, bro. I'm not about to get in that. You know what I mean? If anything, I'm be like, hey, bro. Fast ain't a good dude, bro. Go holler at him. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not about to be like, nigga, Fast lane, let's whoop this nigga. Nah, bro. Let's figure it out first.
Let's go find a better,
yeah. But if it's still, like, you know what I mean? Like, if it's still some, yeah, then they go to that. You know what I mean? But other than that, I'm not. You know, I'm chilling. Like, I done been around my people knowing they don't like this dude. And I'm still going to say what's up to him because that ain't got nothing to do with me. And and my people, they respect that.
You ain't taking on nobody else's mess.
Nah. Because I might see him when y'all ain't around.
Yeah.
Because this is how I move.
Yeah.
I move freely, bro, because I ain't in nothing, bro.
That shows a lot of the young dudes because they take on their homies' mess.
Yeah, they take on their homies' mess.
They get this. I'm glad that you showing them, like, bro, you can move around different if you move around different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can do everything. You can get all this money.
Get all the
money, bro, over here. You get to see all the women.
Yeah.
Instead of be limited to just
these women. Yeah. And it's there, bro. That's what we gotta feed. And I feel like we don't do that enough. You know what I'm saying? We don't do that enough. We don't show that we regular people, and on top of that, we ain't with the bull. We not with that, bro.
Yeah.
That ain't it, bro.
That ain't it. Nah, we definitely
I can still smoke weed, like you said, smoke weed, get money. You know, I can do all this stuff, bro.
But I ain't gotta just be on no bullshit.
Just, man, you in that phone, you gotta look over your shoulder. We're already looking out for the police, already a problem. I gotta look out for this nigga. You know what I mean? It's just a lot. And I ain't got time for none of that. I ain't got time for it. But I mean, I'm a man too at the end of the day, though. Still a man. I'm going to defend myself.
Don't play with me. No.
You know what I mean? But it's
respect always going to be on the table.
Respect is on that table.
Respect always got to be on the table. Really? We all always got to respect each other.
Got to.
You know what I'm saying? If you could say some of your major influences in music from Kansas City, who would they be?
Rich off just how consistent he is. You know what I mean? How consistent. He's relevant. He been relevant for, man, what? When have he not been relevant? You know what I mean? When have he not put out nothing? Popper just off of, I'm going to say the Popper off of the fact that his grind, the way he promote himself, you know what I mean? The way he branded himself and the brand. The brand, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Popper did that.
He did that, you know what I mean? I don't care what nobody say, you know what I mean?
He did that. Yeah.
I'm KC, Popper.
He did that.
He did that, bro. Then the tech is on there because of the fact that he's on not entrepreneur, but just independent. You know what I mean? He independent, tech independent with it. And from the same neighborhood I grew up in, you know what I mean?
Right.
And to see that, then Ron, bro, like Ron, like, he's a thinker. Brainiac.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm going to say Fat Tone is one of the people that the way he expressed himself, you know what I mean? Like the way he was just, you after you heard the song from Tone, bro, you felt like you was there.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? The way he can do that, bro, that's crazy, bro.
I can be a mile away.
Yeah, like, it just standing in the rain, bro. Like, boy, man, come on, bro. That song, man, is just, and I can put all them together. Shit. Hey.
That's, they influenced you.
They influenced me, bro. For real.
Most of them, I saw all the 50 niggas, man.
No, that ain't
I mean, outside of him, the rest of them niggas is 50 niggas, man.
Pop right for the 50?
Oh, okay, all right. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, okay, all right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. And then, like, one dude I say, bro, you said his name earlier, Delio, bro, was one of them dudes that had it. The look, and he can rap, and the way he wasn't scared to take a chance, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was marketable.
Marketable, bro.
Yeah.
And that's, man, yeah, dude, yeah. Yeah, he was it, bro. Like, for real. And like I said, like, me and dude, man, had probably about a couple of conversations. I don't know dude like that, but just the respect part. Dude he was that.
Yeah, he was really a star.
Yeah, he was a star, bro. And that's
one thing you got to give it to him. He was a star.
He's a star, bro.
You got to give him that. You know what
I'm
saying? Now I feel like you were a star in the same sense though.
Yeah.
In the same breath, you got a different type of star power. Cause I say, bro, let me see this about a year ago, probably about a year and a half ago, I was starting to work on the platform, right? Mm-hmm. And I was seeing you everywhere. Yeah. And you was wearing them clothes. I like putting them clothes. You know what I'm saying? I like putting them clothes.
I was going to tell you this too, bro. Me and you think alike when it comes to shopping. And we ain't even had this conversation, never.
Yeah.
I wear whatever. If it look good, I wear it.
I'm putting on anything.
I swear, if it look good, I'm wearing it.
I remember you and Marlo was shooting a video.
Yeah, bro.
I remember you was like, oh, you know, I'm wearing this. You was grabbing.
Yeah, I'm like,
you had about 3 different outfits. You know what I'm saying?
This nigga, you probably wouldn't know, like, nigga, these probably Wal. You know, at the time, dude, you never know, bro. And whatever it is, I like it. I'm wearing it.
I'm wearing it. I'm putting it on.
Because like that's why I like what T. Ruby said. That the clothes don't make the man make the clothes.
Make the clothes.
And that's a true statement, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Big facts.
And then you gotta know how to put it together. You know what I mean? You know, one thing we gotta make sure is I grew up around women, so all my cousins and aunties and everybody used to be like, the first thing they look at when they look at a man is their shoes, and then they go up. Right. They see their face, but then they go down, and then they go back up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As long as your kick's good,
my
you
dad
know what I mean?
that.
Come on, man.
My dad showed me that.
Oh, everything.
It was, as a matter of fact, it's a nigga from Yahweh.
Yeah.
Who I used to look up to named Crip Rip. You know Crip Rip?
Yeah.
He always had on some crispy Air Maxes and a nice Kansas City hat to match his shoes.
Every Max he had.
Crip Rip had them all, bro. Crip Rip.
Crazy.
Crip Rip, he used to, every time he had all the Air Maxes. The blue one, too. Yep. All the blue ones. Crip Rip, you feel me? And he always had on crispy shoes. I used to be like, damn.
Yeah. Air Maxes was it.
It was it. Hey, sometimes the nigga had his clothes on for 3 days, right?
Yeah, grind, he hustling.
But his shoes was changing.
Yeah, fact.
Every day. His hat and his shoes is changing. And I always took that. That's what, if you ever see me with my shoes and hat matching, it's inspired by Crip Rip.
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying?
And then my dad used to always say, you gotta look the part. You gotta look the part, bro. You can be broke. But if you look like money, you're going to get money.
You're going to get some money.
You're going to get some money. Yeah. You feel me? So, and my days always tell me that, man, I'm not about to pay no bum or invest into a bum. You're going to give him a couple dollars, but if you look like you own that.
Here, man, I got something.
I got something for you.
Or you know what I'm saying?
Don't take it to the extreme.
They don't know what you're selling, but they want to buy one.
You remember when niggas used to have CDs and they'd write the name of the CD and their name.
I hated that.
I hated that. You know why? And you asking me for like $10 and shit like that.
That.
Like, nah, I'm not.
You know, Sharpie on this motherfucker.
Yeah, you want me to give you 10, but if I see you got your face on that CD cover and the quality, I'm like, hell yeah, I give you 10 because you're investing in yourself.
Took a little extra to do it. Put some
thought into it, bro.
A label over it.
Yeah, all that.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. When Ron sold me that motherfucking Ron, since we on that, Ron, I went to Seventh Heaven, and Ron was having that big old. Remember that big old concert?
That, man, I was there, bro. That shit, that was the man.
What CD was that? Schizophrenic.
Yep, it was schizo. Yeah,
we had schizophrenic, half face.
Yeah,
schizophrenic.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. He saw me there with a white disc on the inside. Man. That nigga didn't even try to. They didn't even try to put a label on that motherfucker.
That was probably trying to get him done before that concert.
They didn't even put a label on this motherfucker, man. You know what I'm saying?
Bro. Yeah,
but no, that was probably one of the best CDs I bought, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I always wonder why Kansas City people always went less.
Yeah, man, because it's like quality over quantity. You know what I mean? They like, okay, but if I got 20 CDs, right, and I got a dope cover, it's mixed and mastered, right? I went to get to the best of the best, and I put this out and hand it to you, bro. You're gonna respect it more. You're gonna respect that, bro. You're gonna want to buy it for whatever amount of money you asking for it.
Yeah.
But if I just hand you a burnt CD, bro, you're gonna be like, nigga, no.
Why do you think that's so accepted in our town? Because, like you said, we got to start nipping some of this shit in the bud. And it starts right there, bro.
Lazy, bro. And then it's like...
But it's accepted. So if they accept it...
Yeah.
Basically what you
saying... We got to stop accepting it, though. We got to stop accepting it.
So you're saying if I take $15 and I put a 15... Put in the... making a disc, right? And it cost me about... $12 to make this disc. Let's just say it cost me $7 to make this disc, right? And I asked you to buy it for $15. More people will be more inclined to buy it for $15 as opposed to me just printing one up and burning it for
that shit,
$1 and trying to sell it to you for $5. You feel like
that's it's lazy, bro. We gotta cut that.
We gotta cut that,
bro. That's like you. Yeah, man, that's lazy as hell.
You notice a lot of that bullshit overshadows people like you.
Yeah.
Who put in that extra work.
Yeah. But I feel like it's paying out, though. Like I said, like, I would never think that you would look at me like, oh, that's a star. That nigga, bro, YG a star. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. That's how I see you.
Yeah, and that's like fruits of my labor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so.
Okay. No, yeah. Oh, wait, let me make sure I put this out there. To me, you a star, nigga.
I appreciate that's love, bro.
And if that's me giving you flowers, I want to give you more than just flowers,
I appreciate
bro.
that because I look at you like a hell of a businessman, bro.
Yeah.
Like you packed out the municipal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we kicked it.
Yeah, that was a good night, wasn't it?
I kicked it, bro. And it was like, I seen niggas in there that don't like each other, bro. You hear me?
Yeah.
And was like, nah, not tonight.
Not tonight. Nah, this is for the city.
And we kicking it. We smoking.
It was a hell of a night.
Niggas gambling. You know, we kicking it, bro.
Yeah, that was a
I snuck a performance in on your ass.
Yeah.
But it was just like, that shit was dope, bro. And that's what, like, you a hell of a businessman, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the way I see you grooming niggas, bro. Like, really believing in people, bro.
Oh, yeah. I believe in all my people, though.
And that's a lot of people don't. But the fact that you're putting yourself, taking that leap of faith, you know what I mean, with somebody, bro, that's dope.
Yeah, I try. If you got me to, if you give me a chance to pour into you, I'm gonna take advantage of it because my mind is constantly working. I'm constantly going on to do it.
I know we doing this interview right now, but I'm thinking about my next thing.
Yeah, your next move.
My next move.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't just do it. And that's what, I gotta start soaking in where I'm at. You know what I mean? So I understand, like, okay, I'm right here. This is dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And understand, but I'll just be so ready for the next thing, bro.
You know what I want to touch bases on? I know we probably just been hitting all over the place. You got what's that, the 3 hard way y'all got going on?
Three-headed monster.
The 3-headed monster.
Yeah.
What is that? Like, how did that come about?
Three-headed monster is basically like, it started out with me and K-Town because Rich wanted us to work together so bad.
Yeah.
Rich and Bird, for real talk. Bird, back in the day, Bird used to always be like, man, you in town, you need to do something. But it's crazy. This is a quick story. Me and Town got into it because Town was making these little things where you can scan like a little plaque little thing. Because I just had hit a certain number on training wheels and I wanted to make it.
Yeah.
So he had did it, but I never got the shit. I still ain't got it. And I was pissed like, man, what's up, boy? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we never worked together. Then people used to always try to put us against each other, you know what I mean? Because Town do hooks, I do hooks, you know what I mean? And the type of music we make. And we had words over that stuff. So, but then like people kept putting our names. I'm like, nigga, let's work, bro. Let's work together. Yeah. He like, hell yeah, let's work, nigga. You know, I'm like, man, let's go. He from Kansas. I'm from Missouri. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was.
What put Brandosis? How did Brandosis?
And then we was like, me and him in there working. We just recorded Maybelline. And we like, nigga, you know, it'll be hard. Nigga, Brandosis get involved. Because people kept.
Whose idea was that, yours or his?
I'm going to say collective.
Okay.
Because
it was somebody y'all already talked about, kind of.
Yeah, and we was like, man, it'd be even doper if we had one more person because, and we have to show the people that these three dudes y'all trying to put against each other can work together, and we need to show this example to everybody else that, bro, we not in, you know what I mean? We working together, bro. This ain't no funking or nothing, you know what I mean? We not going against each other.
So let me get this straight. Y'all record. You and K-Town was already working. Y'all
already
was gonna do it. Y'all was gonna do it.
We was gonna do it.
And then y'all said
KC is the town. That's what we was about to call ourselves. Okay. Me and K-Town was about to call ourselves KC, YGKC, in town. KC is the town. Rich is backing us.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying?
And then y'all was like, man, let's just add Brando.
Let's see what Brand will be on. And B was like, hell yeah, you know what I mean? All for it.
Rich still backing it?
Yeah, Rich, like, yeah, we with whatever we got going on.
Straight up, huh?
Yeah.
That's
like Maybelline, song we did, Orchid Nation.
So y'all had already did Maybelline.
Yeah, already did Maybelline.
And then it was like, let's put bro on.
Let's do this.
Yeah. Okay. That's what's up. That's what's up.
And so it's like we all, like me and Brando, everybody, I done got into it with all of them, bro. Me and Brando got into it with them? Yeah, but it was just also like, as a man, I was wrong, misunderstanding. And as a man, I could say, hey,
now,
my bad.
Now, here we go. Okay, you was in the wrong.
I was in the wrong.
So that's what we love about you.
And I confronted him. And then after I found that I was really wrong, I'm like, man, my bad, bro. As a man, you know, I'm sorry. Yeah. My fault, bro. So, but me and B already knew each other before that.
Since we talking about your fallouts, since we on your fallouts, you know what I'm saying? Since we on that, what happened with you and Marlo?
Marlo cool, man. He a cool dude.
What happened? Man, y'all niggas was twins.
No,
now y'all was bro. I seen a music video y'all was doing. Y'all was dressed alike.
No, we wasn't.
Y'all was nigga. Y'all was too, bro.
Yeah, we did.
Y'all was dressed alike and everything.
It was a scene where we was getting out of jail.
Okay.
And we try to paint the picture of us
getting out of jail. Okay. That's it was Dicky suit.
Cool, bro. It was Dicky suit. Ain't no problem. Didn't want to fall out. Anybody know that?
But what happened? Because y'all was
ain't no fallout. Anybody will tell you like when people ask me about Marlo, bro, they know they're gonna hear me say he one of the hardest rappers in the Kansas City.
Okay.
I put him against anybody in the town, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's just certain things that. He cool dude, man. That's my dude, man. Yeah. He's just a good dude, man.
I get exactly
it's
what you're saying. I get exactly what you're saying.
He's a good dude, bro. Like I said,
it's love. It's all love.
It's all love, bro. And it's like, nigga, we made over 20 songs back to back. Like I'm talking, bro.
What I'm saying,
man, all together. It's like
on my YouTube.
Yeah.
On my YouTube.
I know.
There is a music video that you and Marlo were shooting.
Yeah.
I was there.
Yeah.
I got behind the scene footage on my YouTube.
Yeah.
The video never came out.
Yeah, because
what happened to that then? Can we talk about that? What happened to the video?
Man, Marlo, my dog. Shout out to Hard Money Marlo, man. Hardworking dude. He a hardworking dude, man. We both work fast and we understand what we doing. You know what I mean? It's just that, like, you know, sometimes you gotta step back and focus on yourself, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's all it was. But other than that, man, like we both, we're gonna see each other at the top.
Okay. Y'all grinding,
yeah.
Oh, it ain't no hard love.
No, ain't no hard love. You know what I mean? Like he gonna speak highly of me, like I'm gonna speak highly of him. You know what I mean?
He really did. But you know what? I asked him about it, and he knew I was going to interview. Because remember, I was supposed to interview you
a long time ago. Yeah,
beginning of the year.
I know.
Last year, before Thanksgiving, before Halloween.
Yeah,
before you know what I'm saying. But so that's when we was doing the podcast. I was supposed to have you on the podcast, and so what happened was it was supposed to be. I had booked you one day, and I had around the time booked Marlo, and I just didn't even put the coalition together. And I had asked him, I was like, in the midst of it, I was like, well, damn, bro, what happened? Why y'all niggas ain't coming together?
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't know, bro. Ask him. That's what he told me. He said, I don't know, bro. Ask him. But you know what? We ain't gonna go into that.
Yeah.
Shout out to Marlo, though.
Because we cool. It's like I said, we see each other. You know, it's my dog. Like we cool.
He one of them people like you just gave him his flowers. He one of them people that deserve it.
Yeah, no question. Like he a hardworking dude. Like he do a lot. People don't understand. Like a lot of his artwork he do for his CDs and stuff. That's him. You know what I mean? Like Marlo, a hardworking dude. Like we work the same. You know what I mean? We just do music differently, but we work the same. We're hardworking.
Yeah. He does, man. I didn't know he could record like that.
Yeah, that's how. Yeah, he punch in like him, and that's what's so crazy because when I do hooks, I'm just in there bobbing.
Straight up.
I'm in there like how he do his verses. That's why we make so many songs, bro. We got over 30 songs. I ain't gonna lie, like probably over 30 songs.
Do you do music for the younger dudes? Like
yeah.
That? Just like, here, man, let me get y'all this hook, man.
Yeah, facts.
You
like,
do that?
Yeah, hell yeah. Like, I got a bunch of songs with young, you know what I mean? They reach out. Like I said, I'm about to work with Ray Money. Me and Ray Money about to do something, bro. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know what I mean? Whatever it's gonna be crazy. Like, we just talk. Me and him just talk. So, like, you know, me and little Ray, new shoes. Like, Ray hard. You know what I
mean? The new shoes from Ray?
Yeah, we got.
You got a song with it?
Yeah, called One Thing About Me. It's out.
Oh, yeah?
Hard.
That's what's up. Y'all gonna do a video?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, Ray hard.
So you be running around fucking with everybody.
Everybody that's working, man. Anybody want to work and they taking it serious. I'm with it.
New shoes from Ray. Help with since you brought it up.
Ray,
can you elaborate a little bit on that?
New shoes Ray is crazy, bro. Like that's why I say Kansas City's so small. He actually one of my partners I grew up with, brother, and didn't even know. And it was just me and him vibing on just us being fat. Okay, my cousin did some time with him.
Okay.
And when he got out, he was like, man, I want you to work with this dude named Ray. I'm like, all right, bet, what's whatever. You know, he got to be serious, though. He like, nah, he's serious. He kept sending me beats, and I'm like, nah, I don't like that. You know what I mean? It was a different. And then I was like, bet, I sent him a beat. Like, yeah, that's hard. Went to studio beat, knocked it out. But Ray is a serious dude, bro. Like, he serious about everything he do. He might come off different, hype and all that stuff, but he's smart. Super smart, bro. Super smart. Super genuine, dude. Like, he's super genuine. And, you know what I mean?
Would you sign to a label?
The situation got to be right. You know what I mean? But right now, I don't see.
You wouldn't sign to
me? I would do it just to open the door. You know what I mean? Because I know how I would handle it. You know what I mean? I'm a hustler. Like I said, you give me $2 million, shit, I'm a hustler. I'm gonna make that $2 million back, so I'm gonna buy out of this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how I look at it. I look at it as a front. You know what I mean? That's how I look at the label. Is all the labels is banks. Whoever got the biggest loan. You know what I mean?
If you can get a big loan, $2 million loan,
yeah,
what would you do with it?
Me, I'm gonna set my foundation up. I'm gonna make sure everything is good on my foundation, like everything is together. But I'm going to my label, HBE. I'm gonna pour into it to where I can bring.
Most labels come with this.
Mm-hmm.
You got to record at our studio.
Yeah.
You got to use our producer.
Mm-hmm. But that comes out of your budget, right?
This is $2 million budget. Oh, that too. Oh, you talking about that advance?
That advance, yeah. I'm flipping that advance. You feel me? Like if you got my budget, look, this is how I'm gonna do it. I already got all that. I got a dope producer. I got a studio. I got all this. So the way I'm coming, that money's mine. You know what I'm saying? That budget y'all give me, that's mine already because I already got all that. That's how I'm in the meeting. I got this dope producer, this Grammy nominated producer. I got that. Dope studio sound, everything. Gonna make sure I'm good. Security, yeah. I got that already. You know what I mean? I got somebody to do my work. I got this.
So what would you do? What would you do with the money?
Invest, upgrade everything I'm doing right now. Upgrade everything to where I can make that $2 million back and buy my contract.
Straight up. I'm saying, what are the moves? What would you invest into? What are some of the moves?
Buying a house for sure. Moms, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. Investing, buying real estate, you know what I mean? barbershops, salons, and stuff like that to where it can bring in residual. You know what I mean? Like, so that's how I am, bro. I'm a hustler, bro. I'm not about to, you know what I mean? Just, I'm not buying no chain or none of that. You know what I mean? I'm not doing that. My chain is just storefront out here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah. You don't think jewelry helps the artist sometimes?
It do, but it's a brand. And me, I look at it as a branding. If I got a chain, it's not going to say no stupid shit like for the hood. Or it going to say YGKC or Humble Beats Empire. You feel me? Like that. It's going to be a branding tool. You know what I mean? So when you see it, you're going to be like, okay, all right, bet that's okay. That's YG. Or that's so I respect people like Feezy that's got a real chain that say Feezy because when you see it, it say Feezy.
You're going to remember that.
You're going to remember that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You, so you get $2 million from a label. Right? What are some of the things you're going to do to recoup the $2 million in the music industry?
In the music industry?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm, features that make sense. Features that make sense. I'm getting these.
That's when you're going to get your little baby.
Little baby Beyonce's.
You trying to chase down a Drake?
Yeah, I'm getting a Drake. Because I know what it's going to do. You feel me? I'm
pretty sure little baby want 250.
Yeah.
Drake probably want a ticket.
Yeah.
Drake might want a ticket.
But I know that Drake going to do some, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just off the city alone gonna give me my Drake money back.
You think so?
Hell yeah, because they gonna be like, this nigga YG got a song with Drake. And they gonna get behind that bitch, and that bitch gonna probably be the hardest, you know what I mean, the biggest song ever. Because one thing I said about Kansas City, if they see you working, they see what you're doing and see you putting, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They gonna get behind it.
They get behind it, for sure.
They gonna get behind it. Hell yeah, because they don't want to be left out that they not. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, come on, bro. Come on.
Also, you would go get them features.
I go get that feature.
Them placements.
Yeah.
You go get that Dr. Dre beat.
Yeah.
Bro, you get $2 million, bro. You gotta come for the Dre beat, bro.
Yeah, you gotta go. Yeah, you gotta go there.
If you don't, you know what I mean? You gotta hit the Scott Storch.
Them ones.
You
you're right about that. Yeah, you gotta get them ones.
You know what I mean? Them people.
Yeah, you gotta
try to catch one of them old over the phenoms laying around. Or, you know what I'm saying? You know,
and that's how I
Jermaine Dupri's.
Yeah.
You know, you need one of them because them are hits. Stevie J.
Hits.
Them are hits.
Them are hits.
You know what I'm saying? So, especially if you know, like, all right, like, this is my budget. I'm about to get Stevie J. I'm about some DJ Khaled shit.
Yeah, facts. That's how I look at music too. Like, Khaled is a smart dude, and I look at music like that. Like, bro, I gotta touch with him and him. This is how we gon', you know what I mean? Working with people they're not expecting you to work with too, that's big.
Yeah, that is big.
You know what I mean?
Who are some of the people you work with they expect you to work with?
Boss.
Huh? Why they expect you not to work with?
They not expecting it because they want us in competition so bad. You know, people be always...
Honestly, I thought y'all had some kind of competition thing going together until I seen y'all on that. Y'all did like
we get booked together like me and Boss. I probably did shows with Boss more than anybody in the city. Like me and Boss, they book him, they book me. You know what I mean? Or vice versa. Like we always show up on the same roster. But yeah, like I don't think they expecting that Ray. You know what I mean? Yeah, like Ray Money and stuff like that. They weren't expecting it. Like I did something with Kiwi. They weren't expecting that unless you know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's your cousin.
That's my cousin's cousin. But yeah.
That's a Kansas City thing. Now that's my cousin.
Yeah.
In Kansas City, that's your cousin.
That's your cousin. That's my cousin. But I respect dude. The dude is a good dude. Like I said, I had plenty of conversation with him.
Oh yeah, I never expected you to have did the song with Kiwi though.
Yeah. They weren't expecting it. A lot of people was against it. But then like one thing about my brother and my family, they like, nigga, why not? You know what I'm saying? Why not? Why not do that feature, bro? Why not do that? You know what I'm saying? Why not? What is that gonna hurt? And you ain't on that.
That ain't you.
That ain't you. So why you
leave that alone. Go in there and do that song with him. That ain't got nothing to do with you.
That's hard, for real.
Fuck what them niggas talking about.
Facts.
Yeah. That's support.
Yeah.
That's support. They supported they had your best interest, bro.
And that's how it is. That's how mine, like me, bro, we move strategic with everything. You know what I'm saying? People probably think like, oh, he got his cousin give him the money to put it. Nah, that ain't how it works. If they see a situation where they can make some bread and we can push to make this, faster.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just anybody. You know what I'm saying? But they not fronting me no money. You know what I'm saying? But if it's a situation where we can
all get money, we all gonna make it work.
Let's make it work. But this is me.
How did that show come about? Where you was on there with all them damn stars, with John B and them, man.
Oh man, that's crazy. Like I said,
you got on a real show. God working mysterious ways.
Yeah,
he put in some work for you on that.
People don't remember when I did Kodak at the T-Mobile.
Yeah,
I did Kodak Black.
I was there.
Yeah, all that. It was just God, bro. Like it is just knowing the right people. You know what I'm saying? My cousin is. Cause people with the
okay,
you know what I'm saying, and just knowing the right people and they like, damn, he really serious about his music. Hell yeah, let's put him on here.
Who all was up there with you?
It was me, K-Town, and Brandos.
Okay,
and they booked us. You know what I'm saying, and it was like, let's do it, and they getting a triple whammy.
Did y'all get paid for that?
Nah. No.
Yeah, okay. So when you were backstage with all the stars, cause see, hold on now.
Yeah.
Most of us are back here. You come, that's star status, right?
Man,
we don't get to go backstage with y'all like that.
Man, that shit.
What was it like back there?
It was cool, but me, I'm the type after I perform, I'm walking around. Where you at, Fast Lane? Where you at?
Oh, you out there trying to see the people?
Yeah, I'm at the concession stand.
No, man, you supposed to be behind stage. Man, I seen the picture you had. You know what I'm saying? Who I was in the picture?
Kiki Y. You talking about them, or you talking about like John B? And I'm still talking to them, but I like being with my people. I want my people to be like, he's Hollywood.
Nigga, we see you every day. You supposed to be back there with them.
Yeah, I do be back there with them, bro. But it's still like, it's like I don't know, man. I can't. That's why you don't ever see me wearing shades.
Why?
Because it make me Hollywood. It ain't.